Hello, good morning, everybody. Hello, good morning. My name is Paul-Esupofo. Well, like I told us, I've been showing us a series of videos, and this one will be like a wrapping it up, and we're going to be showing some selected videos from next week. Selected videos, very short videos. But this one we're going to show you two videos, and also like the smartphone journalism, because I discovered quite a number of people needs a change. Quite a number of people want a change. Quite a number of people want people to really be of help to them. And by the grace of God, I'm going to be doing a series of things, and well, I believe it's going to be great because our class always starts. So we're doing that time. I have to make sure I manage my time, and all through. It's going to be very wonderful. It's going to be very awesome. Please, in case you have not shared this video, go ahead and share the video. I want to show you something in a couple of minutes, and you're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to shoot in better video with your smartphone, shooting a better video and having a very good audio afterward. So please, let's watch and let's see what we have here. So let's go now.
There are many smartphones on the market that journalists and others can use to record, edit and share material. In this video, I'm going to share with you a number of tips that could help your recordings look and sound better. Here at the BBC, many of our journalists are using iPhones, and while this film looks at those devices in particular, a lot of the principles apply whichever smartphone you're using. So, whether you're using an Android, a Windows phone or an iPhone, this first point is particularly important. Firstly, make sure your lens is clean. Use your shirt or a tissue, but often glasses cloth is best. You need to make sure your phone is in airplane mode before you start recording. Going into airplane mode is really important because it stops your device receiving a phone call. If it can get one while you're filming, it will interrupt you and you may not get a second chance to record. Video files can get very large very quickly, so check in your settings how much space you have available. Ideally, try to have at least half of your device's capacity spare. You can record more if you can reduce the resolution of your video. On some devices, this is just a case of going into your settings and dropping the resolution down. If your footage is for TV or online, then you'll want to record it horizontally. Indeed, for the BBC's news gathering app PNG, that's the only orientation it will support. But vertical framing is increasingly accepted and acceptable on smartphones, but the resulting footage is not so useful for the BBC's purposes. The phone will automatically adjust the focus and exposure based on what's in the scene, but you can get better results by taking control. Tap the screen to adjust the focus and exposure. Press and hold to lock in those settings. You'll see AE, AF lock displayed to confirm this. You can also move your finger up and down the screen to tweak the exposure even more precisely. Most smartphones will give you the option to zoom while you're recording your video, but this will degrade the picture quality. So it's usually much better to get closer to what you want to film, as long as it's safe to do so. If necessary, you can turn the light on when you're recording video, but be aware this will drain your battery quite considerably. If you're out and about shooting handheld without a tripod, a good way to ensure a stable shot is to bring your arms close in tight against your body. Or, if there's something suitable, lean against it to ensure that your shot is stable. And once there, keep filming each shot for about 10 to 15 seconds. On some phones, you can record video and take a photo at the same time. Here, tap the white circle in the bottom right-hand corner. If you ever need to record a piece to camera using the front-facing camera, make sure you look at the lens and not the screen to ensure you have the correct eye line. Getting good audio is vital for your video. The inbuilt microphone on most smartphones will be fine for ambient sound, but the closer you get to a guest or an interviewee, the better the audio will be. If you can, go somewhere quieter, or even ask the guest to speak a bit louder. Outdoors, wind noise can also pose something of a challenge. You can overcome many of these problems or challenges by using an external plug-in microphone or a clip microphone. This will give you much better audio, as long as you are using a mic with the right kind of connector. A cheaper alternative or emergency standby could be to use the microphone on your headphones that come supplied with most smartphones. That in, and then you can use this microphone to get better audio and good framing. Bear in mind though, we took something of a risk here by plugging in the microphone after we'd started recording. It's usually far better to plug your microphone in first and then launch your video recording app. Make sure you know where the microphone is that records audio when you're recording video. On the iPhone, it's between the lens and the light, but whichever device you're using, find out where it is, but don't cover it with your hands. You have another couple of options when you're recording video. You could record slow motion videos and also time lapses. If you're a BBC journalist, the preferred way to record, edit and send your video is to use the internal only app PNG, Portable News Gathering. Using PNG will ensure you've got the correct frame rate for broadcast too. You could then save and file your recording directly into the newsroom systems. To take a shorter clip from your video, use the trim controls to isolate the area that you want to keep, and then save as a new clip. The shorter the video, the quicker it will be to send. When you're happy with your footage and are ready to share or send it, tap the box with the forwarding arrow to reveal the options available to you. Email is a simple way to send short pieces of video direct to colleagues back in the newsroom. Another option would be to upload your content straight to social networks or onto a cloud service. BBC journalists are currently using a number of third-party apps which can increase the quality of their video recordings, and other apps with which they can edit fully mixed packages. A smartphone has the potential to be a mobile news gathering device in your pocket. Explore, practice and get comfortable with many of these techniques, and you'll soon be able to record and share great material.
All right, this is the BBC Academy, and they have to address those things. Before we go to the second video, I really want to share this one with you. And that's one of the things, if you look at it, when I'm using light and when I'm not using light, when there's a ray of light, the picture quality is far, far better, okay? Now, one of the simple things is that you look at those things and you see that we use Kinemaster, and that's very, very good. That the Filmmaking Pro is good too. But you know, one of the things is that Kinemaster is editing software on the go, and you can't beat the reach, because every day is been developing every time. So we want to go straight now, recording better audio with your smartphone. You can see some of those things were touched during the video, recording a better video. But you also see how you can do better. Like I told us now, use jack. This is the audio jack now, the headphone. If you use your earpiece too, that follow the something is also good. So let's go. You see the difference in what I'm talking about. You can see the difference in the audio device. And here it's echoing a bit. You know, you just have to see that. Let's go to this second one before we close this morning.
There are many smartphones on the market that journalists and others can use to record, edit and share recordings. In this video, I'm going to show you a number of tips that could help make those recordings look and sound better. Here at the BBC, many people are using iPhones, and while a lot of the advice in this video applies to those phones specifically, many of the tips apply regardless of the phone you're using. So whether you're on Android, a Windows phone or an iPhone, this first point is particularly important. It's always wise to go into airplane mode before you start recording. This would stop your phone receiving a phone call. If you were to get one while recording, it'll instantly interrupt you and you may not get a second chance. On the iPhone, the inbuilt microphone for recording audio is on the bottom of the phone to the left of the charging port. Check where the mic is on your device, and wherever it is, make sure you keep your fingers clear. The quality of the audio can be affected by many factors, for example, where you record and how much background noise there is. But equally, where you hold your phone has a huge bearing too. About 4 to 6 inches away from your mouth is normally ideal. Any closer and you risk getting popping, which can be pretty problematic for professional broadcasting. If you're recording outdoors, then a windshield over the end of the microphone can make a huge difference to the quality of your recording.
Come and see now.
You can improve the audio further by using an external microphone, but you have to have the right kind of adapter. The iPhone's internal audio app, Voice Memos, is fine for simple single-track recordings. It's used by many BBC journalists for voice pieces and even track for TV. Press the red button to start recording, tap again to pause, and tap once more to carry on recording. Tap the red box and Done to finish your recording, and then give the recording a title. To listen back to your recording, tap the title and then the blue play triangle. Press the red button to start recording. Tap again to carry on recording. There's no limit to how much you can record beyond how much space you have on your device. You can even read a script at the same time as recording. Press the home button and then go to your script in a note, for example. The red bar at the top shows that Voice Memos is still recording. Tap the red bar to return. To share your recording, tap the title and then the box with a forwarding arrow to reveal a number of options. Email is a quick and reliable method, but it's limited to 14 minutes of material. Cloud services like Dropbox can do much longer. BBC journalists can record, edit and send material using the internal-only portable news gathering app PNG. Using PNG, you can record, edit and send without any restrictions on duration straight into the BBC's newsroom. BBC journalists are also using a number of third-party apps to record and share their audio. These give more options in the recordings, such as the format, the audio levels, even making and mixing a full audio package. A smartphone has the potential to be a mobile news gathering device in your pocket. Explore, practice and get comfortable with many of these techniques and you'll soon be able to record and share great material.
All right, good. We have been having beautiful, and that's why this is where I'm going to draw me my closing thing this morning. I will only say a few things. Let me quickly tell you something. I was trained to learn how to do ENG and EFP. But this morning, I want to add to it to you to know there is a PNG, not like a portable graphics network, but this one is portable news gathering, PNG, portable news gathering. You know, at least you can use your smartphone to cover events, cover things, and be best in your field. And you know, several times you see some things, you yourself say, wow, you can shoot better, you can do a lot of things better, you can add a lot of things better. And by the grace of God, like I said, we're going to be packaging some things for us, we're going to be putting some things together. But I am still praying. And somebody say, oh, you are dropping a religious thing. Sorry, I'm a Christian. I don't have to hide away from that. I'm a child of God, and I do this work professionally, and I'm an anointed professional because I believe I'm bold enough to tell the word by stand. As long as what I'm teaching you is credible, is sound, and doesn't tell anybody again against the whole word, the word view. Okay, so please, so those who are just reacting to our videos, please forgive us if we have offended you, but that's the truth. We need to tell our people their identity. You know, Mike Buddocks and Mike Moreau say something. He said, when you don't tell the people who you are, they will tell you who you are not. And that's one of the things I want to tell you, that we are Christian faith-based production outfit and ministry and NGO, and we believe God has a pattern for us. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Please, we'll be showing some things little from time to time, maybe as the student comes in or as we go into the classroom or as we start the orientation today. Wherever you are in the city of Ibadan, please find your way to come now to Ibadan. Find your way. The arrival is, the school is open already. Let me check the time. The school is open now. It's just open now because 9:30 is the arrival for students. Students will start arriving all over the country to this place by the grace of God. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow we're going to be having a rounding up with a pongo, brilliant pongo, and it's going to be awesome. Tomorrow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My name remains Paul-Esupofo, the lead Son of Special Drama Film School Online and the Sort of Excellent Drama Film University Chancellor. And I want to say thank you very much. Remember, be creative and stay creative always. Let nothing stop the work of God in hand, and do the best you can. Have a wonderful day. Bye.